Welcome to the 4-Minute Morning for Crypto Day. It's also Victoria Day. It's Monday. It's the 21st day of June 2018. A lot of the altcoins in bear markets, and of course everything you do within your own risk, own reward. And I removed the bear markets setups that could show a leg lower looking very strong with a lot of altcoins. Tron is not one of them. We can finally see daily data from that open big red candle down, and it has made a statement with this breakout in here after spending a decent amount of time within this correctionary phase that it wants to have a leg higher. And I would think at least a previous high would be the minimum spot, and then of course technical analysis from here, it could easily break through a key point and do what it did here. Maybe on a bullish level it can come back, and it might be making a failed breakout. I don't know, but it does look as if one might be coming into place. For it made the statement in here that it was doing such, and it did make continuous moves. From this point, it could do the same thing. Maybe it comes back down and does it. I don't know, but all I'm stating, it's made the statement. Quick look at Bitcoin, then back to the alts. And Bitcoin on the daily time frame continues to stabilize within this declining 18 average, so it's a resistance test. We'll see if it fails or if it passes within such. It's still holding within the 1 hour time frame within the range of about 7,500 to 10,500, which is of course the big time neutral state. And I've talked about that before. I'll talk about that later, but for now let's move on to alts. And we'll start with the OK Cash, and using the 18 average in here after this correctionary move, it has a failed breakout. And within the 3-4 red periods that come after that, you can tell it wasn't successfully correcting, especially in here, as it was hugging within the 18 average of lows. Then you have your leg higher, and now what's it doing? It's having that resistance move with the U-shaped formation, the curve shape, if you will, just now leaving the 18 average of lows. So definitely a very bearish setup. Many altcoins share bearish setups as well. STEEM dollars is one of them, as it has this low, makes a move up to the 18 average of highs, but it's correcting this right now very bearishly, hang within this 18 average, just leaving it now. Getting below this level could probably have a move, I would think, at least to the previous lows in here, but a bearish setup. And let's move on to STEEM. And after it had its top in May, it corrected some of this empty space in here, has been correcting this 18 average, and it's now in a very danger zone. It's still got an 18 average flattening point. It's still in the process of what it can do to revert trend. However, breaking down below into here, it's almost as if the body of this market now is safe from being chopped onto big levels, but if it falls below anywhere near the 33 handle, there's going to be some sharks that are just going to that could destroy it. Meaning, if the price action comes anywhere near here, something down towards this type of or a bit lower could easily happen, or becomes a good favorite to do such. Now let's move on to one of JSNP4's favorites, which is Redcoin. So since this down move here, it made a rally above the 18 average, but I don't like how it's been hugging the 18 average of lows after this very large red down day. Just like STEEM breaking into this area in here, 85-ish, this thing has potential to probably at least go down to the previous low of 77. Pay, which I'm going to take a look at this move going down within the 18, just a brutal setup, because when you have amazing move like this where you break this resistance and now it's back to the 18 average of lows here, maybe it bounced in a bearish level up to this 18 average in here, but this thing is not showing where you'd want it to hold, as you'd probably want to see it do a little bit better. Let's take a look at this quickly on a little bit of a shorter term time frame. We can see probably somewhere in here was where it needed to hold. It didn't do such. There most certainly looks as if this thing has the potential to continue further decline. And two more, ABY and Monero. With Airbyte, we can see how this level of support has resisted the 18 average as it has. It is now just breaking down below this support. So this 83 line that I got in there, even down lower to about 76 might be the target area for such. Finally, Monero. And on its daily time frame, you have this big low, you have this big high. Doesn't correct too well anywhere within this empty space. Price action comes back to its previous point and had this little bit of a break move, but we see in here, red candle down, it paused its move and it's now continuing down further. Look at, well, it is breaking below the 18 average of lows, not quite below the key support levels, but definitely looks like it's got a more bearish setup. Let's look at this more long term. On the weekly chart, breaking down below here, we got all of this empty space that it could make a higher low with. Of course, it can go lower than that, but I would think that would be the area of a leg lower as the next one if it does such. It does look like it's going to do so. And then within its entirety on the 12-day time frame, I can draw in this it's a line, but if you draw these three support lines together, that might be an area to be looking for support. The overall pattern has this ascending triangle in place after it pretty much had the descending one. There's the move, and then here you can say this looked like it was a failed breakdown, especially after this red candle down day. But the descending triangle had this big move, and it's going to have to resolve this pattern one way or another, which would either mean big gains to the upside breaking out above it. And if it breaks this trend line, we got all of this empty space that we'll be talking about filling. Thank you for tuning in to the 4-minute morning in over 6 minutes, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.